Let's get started with our K-Buckets player profile. Today we got the unicorn himself, Kristaps Porzingis. First up is his age. He was born August 2nd, 1995. He's only 21 years old. He has a lot of time for improvements. He's still considered raw at this point of his career. Once he is seasoned and cooked the right way, over time he will be a devastating force in the NBA. Next up is his size. He is standing at a shocking 7 foot 3 inches tall. He towers over the average power forward, which is set 6 feet 9 inches tall. That is a major gap in height. He even towers over the average center as well. Let that sink in. Now we got the weight. His weight does pass the average weight of a power forward, but we still have a small problem. Remember when I said he's leaps and bounds taller than the other players in his position? The thing is, his weight doesn't convert well with his height. So yeah, his weight isn't acceptable at that height. His wingspan is really insane. 8 foot and 6 inches long. Take a look at the average power forward. I don't think I have to explain why that's a good thing. The organization is a huge problem in my eyes. The Knicks is not a great organization. Tons of negativity happening in the Madison Square Garden. Okay, let's move on to the pros and cons. Let's get this started with the pros. The first pro for Kristaps is his great outside touch. He has a nice high release. He can easily rise over his defenders and pop jumpers even while heavily contested. I still think he's more of a mid-range shooter though, but you still have to fear him from pulling it from beyond the arc. Interior defense. His defensive side is already pretty good, but I still think he's fairly pretty raw at defense. So far, he's got a nice defensive game, mostly in the painted area, primarily against players under 6'6". Next up, we got is his size. One pro that even a caveman would notice is that Kristaps is goddamn tall, super tall. I don't think I have to explain why this is a pro. Upsides on both ends of the floor. Solid post game. For someone that young, he actually has a sweet, soft touch around the rim and can do pretty darn well with his back to the basket. He definitely has better post moves than some veteran centers in the NBA right now, meaning he will be useful if you need to slow down the tempo in a fast-paced game. Just give him the ball in the post, take a breather, and bam, that's pretty much 2 easy buckets. Now we have is the cons. The first con is that he is lacking in weight and power, making it tough for him to back down on his defenders and force closer shots near the basket. Also harder for him to force his positioning on the court. Let's say he sets a pick. It will be easier to get over that particular pick in comparison to a pick set by a strong center like Andre Drummond of the Detroit Pistons. Now we have his speed. This is a very noticeable con. He's extremely slow on the court. I noticed that he's usually the last one on the break or the last one on defense. He doesn't really show us some outstanding running abilities, and I don't see why people claim he's athletic. In my opinion, he's far from athletic. Rebounding is the last point, and averaging just a little over 7 rebounds per game is definitely shocking to see a guy towering over just about everyone on the court. He hardly crashes the board. It's understandable though. He generally plays outside the basket just a bit. I notice he does have a tough time forcing his way to grab those rebounds at times. But yeah, that is just about it for his cons. Now for the final wrap up. In this part of the video, I'm just going to take my final words, my last two say about Kristaps Porzingis. Now, in my opinion, without a doubt, I believe Kristaps is going to easily make at least 5 All-Star appearances. Yes, that is incredible, and yes, he has the opportunity to do that. First of all, he is in New York, meaning All-Star game appearances will be a lot easier when you're in a big market team like that. And he's already got the skills, and he already got the admiration from fans. You've seen Carmelo Anthony make several All-Star appearances, and he's not even all that good. So Kristaps is actually the real deal. He's a guy that can actually build a franchise around. He's got it all. He's young. He's got a nice vibe to him. He's got a nice personality. He loves the organization. But the big thing about Porzingis that I don't like is his love for this particular organization, and it is New York. New York is what's going to hold Porzingis back and probably lower his chances of becoming a Hall of Famer or something like that, or probably hold down his development. Now, the thing about New York is a big market team, so that's immediately a plus. It shouldn't be hard for you to acquire free agents and stuff to build around Porzingis, but we're talking about New York. New York still has Carmelo Anthony. Finally, I gotta admit it, they got rid of Phil Jackson, so that's a huge W. That is a nice relief for the organization. But they have to do their best to take basically everybody around Porzingis, get them out the team. I know that sounds crazy, but even the front office needs a whole new revamp because they've made a lot of bad moves after bad moves. Who was responsible for signing Phil Jackson? Yes, it was the front office. They're not that good at deciding what to do, and that is a problem with the New York Knicks. They're probably the next things to the Sacramento Kings. Let's compare Kristaps Porzingis' potential career to a guy like DeMarcus Cousins. Now, DeMarcus Cousins, early on in his career, he was outstanding. Actually, he was an outstanding player. He can do a lot. He still has a lot of skills and game and everything. He can do a lot. Now, the problem with DeMarcus, he has never seen the playoffs, and that is really because of Sacramento. They can't. They just have this inability to get pieces around DeMarcus Cousins for them to compete. And the Knicks is in the same boat. I don't think they can do what they can. The organization just all messed up. It's basically in turmoil. I can't see any free agent wanting to go there because of the way New York is looking. The way they're treating their all-stars, Carmelo Anthony, for example. The way they're treating him. I forgot who else. I forgot his name, but he didn't show up to the game. The Knicks kicked him out of the arena or something like that, and that was shocking to see. And he used to play for the organization. That is crazy. The whole organization is just messed up at this point. So if Kristaps Porzingis does not leave that place, you're gonna see his potential, and we might see some closed doors for him winning championships, because he won't most likely win any championships with that organization. So I want him to leave the organization. And if you're a Knicks fan, I know it may seem tough, but you guys should want the same. You guys should want him what's best for Porzingis. I know you guys want him to be on. Or look at the Clippers. I'm a Clippers fan. Chris Paul. I love Chris Paul. I really want him to be a Hall of Famer, and I want him to get championships. But I know the reality of my organization. The Clippers just don't know how to get the right pieces to build around their star player in Chris Paul and also Blake Griffin. So I want those guys to go ahead and find some place that can actually help them. And you guys should want the same for Porzingis. So even if it hurts that you will have to let go of Porzingis, I suggest that you guys should trade him away. And yeah, just trade up Porzingis and make sure his career ends up becoming great. But that's just me. Maybe you guys may have to just blow it up or blow everything around him, except for that rookie. I forgot his name. Frank Ntilikina. I like him too. Keep Frank Ntilikina and Porzingis. Everyone else could be tradable. So that is about it for the final wrap-up. If you made it this far in the video, be sure to drop a like and subscribe if you're brand new. And be sure to comment below what you think about a video. And also comment below if you guys want me to dissect another player. Put in the comment section below. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Have a nice day and see you guys later. And peace out, guys.